Well, the tension between President Trump and President-elect Biden places world leaders in a tricky position. Brazil's president is one of the few who hasn't congratulated Mr. Biden. Jair Bolsonaro has lost a key ally with President Trump on the way out, but Brazil's president is gaining unexpected friends. Ahead of municipal elections this weekend, our South America correspondent Katie Watson reports from the northeast of Brazil, a region where Mr. Bolsonaro used to be unpopular. Now his approval ratings are going up.
The dry and rural Sertão is Brazil's Wild West, and the heat is unforgiving. It's a poor region where people say they feel forgotten. God above all, this says. This is a part of Brazil where religion dominates, but where politics is just as sacred, and local leaders often answer people's prayers. Valdir is running as the town's mayor in this weekend's elections. Even in these COVID times, politics is personal here. A handshake or a photo op can change everything. President Jair Bolsonaro isn't on the ballot, but Valdir's team looks up to him.
I think people see truth in Bolsonaro. He has to be radical in his beliefs, radical in his love for Brazil, for the family, for God, the three pillars of our society.
Down the road, I meet Francis Maria. She calls him Father Bolsonaro because Christmas came early this year. When the pandemic hit, monthly government handouts of around $100 meant she earned more than she did as a cleaner and carer, enough to pay for her food and change her political allegiances forever.
I used to be a really devoted supporter of the left, of Lula, but now I'm 100% Bolsonaro. With or without the handouts, I'd support him, because he's a man who's not been bought by anyone.
Shopkeeper Gilgi agrees. I'd vote for Bolsonaro 30 times over, she says.
When coronavirus hit Brazil and President Jair Bolsonaro refused to take it seriously, calling it the sniffles, his popularity took a dive. Now, more than 160,000 people have died here during the pandemic. But with generous government handouts, many people here now see him less as a sinner in this and more as their saviour.
Farmer Chico always admired former President Lula. He put the Northeast on the map, he tells me. But he became disillusioned with corruption allegations swirling around him. Chico's now a man of the right.
People here live by the land. My wife used to sell a produce at the market, but she's at risk with high blood pressure, so the handout came at just the right time. I really didn't think Bolsonaro would be competent enough to govern this country. But months after he came to power, his attitude, his fight against corruption, I realized I did believe in him.
As election day nears and the town gets ready to vote, many wonder whether these elections will be a barometer for Bolsonaro's popularity. But for how long will Tropical Trump and his acolytes remain the favourites? Katie Watson, BBC News, Jucurutu in northern Brazil.